and welcome to another. Every time I do it, I think of you now. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the It's Just a Hill Cycling Podcast. I am John Stenning, and I am here with BSP Cal Goodhouse. We are amateurs talking pros. Hi, guys. Turk and Pros.
What's up,
Hi.
John?
Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
The 2024. Wow, I should have done some vocal warm-ups.
Off to a great start. Should we have Cal restart the intro?
Yeah. Do you want to do an impression?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the It's Just a Hill Cycling Podcast.
I think that was great. He sort of did his own spin on it when BSP did it.
Yeah, a
He
little
just
different inflection.
Basically, I felt mocked. In a nice way.
You're kidding.
Listen, I am sensitive. I take everything personally.
It wasn't a mock.
No, I'm sure
It was
wasn't.
a heartfart.
I actually really enjoyed it, to be
impression.
perfectly honest. I did really actually enjoy it. I like being mocked
good.
sometimes.
It was good.
Yeah, I do. I did enjoy it. Sorry.
Imitation
Is the
is the
sincerest form of flattery. Yes. The 2024 season is upon us. Thank you for letting us reset. Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about some races. But before we get to that, I heard a rumor. Matthew Van Der Poel gets a new pair of white socks and white shoes before every single race. I heard this rumor. Do you think it's true? What does that make you think? It sounds too good to be true. I want to believe it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It sounds right up his alley.
probably has the budget, but
I believe
no.
socks.
No, yeah, you think new socks?
new
Why not?
socks? You
I don't
just
know.
bleach them out after, I don't know, the mud.
I hope someone is just doing that and lying to him. Yeah, they're new ones, Matthew. Okay. Also, before
I kind of believe it though.
yeah.
I believe it too.
Why not?
Do you guys have white cycling shoes?
No, but I just bought my first white socks.
I
I
actually
don't have white shoes.
do have. I have mainly white shoes.
Yeah.
And mainly white socks.
You?
I did just switch maybe a year or two ago to white shoes, white socks.
How do you feel about it?
They're getting a little scuffed up. I definitely gotta
White shoes, white socks, very hip.
clean them. Yeah, it's hot right now.
I've seen I've heard Tom Pidcock go, if you're not wearing white shoes and white socks, you're a fucking fool. I've heard him say like basically those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't quote me exactly, but I don't own white shoes.
A friend of mine, AJ, just sent me this thing, Reshoevinator. Have you looked at that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have shoe cleaner over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Jason Mark's shoe cleaner. It is good. It honestly, all it is laundry detergent, like super diluted, and you get the right brush with like a fine, and you could come on, bring your shoes over here. We'll clean them.
For the
Do them on the podcast.
What's the
On the
shoevinator
podcast.
or whatever you just said?
I don't know. It's like a
Reshoevinator.
shoe cleaning kit.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
shoe cleaning kits, but what it also does, so there's also sprays you can get. I also have sprays. I have a lot of shoes. They're just off camera over here.
I've always used like the foaming spray that like expands on the shoe.
Sure. That's a thing.
And then scrub it.
Yeah.
I've gone with the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Just hit them with
That's
that.
good, but that's a light abrasive, you know.
Is it? Yeah.
Those are a light abrasive. That's why it like does wonders on like white walls. But like if you have a white bike, or if you don't use those on your bike because it's like
No,
really
I
really
wouldn't use it
fine
on the bike,
sandpaper.
but-
But I can see that working on your shoes. Depends on the fabric of the shoe, you know.
Gotcha.
My shoes are kind of smooth, you know. I feel like a brush wouldn't really do any harm to them. But you know, some people have like those knit uppers on their shoes, like those Rafa shoes. I don't know
Gotcha.
if it like it's gonna scuff up the fabric or
That
whatever.
makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, whether or not it's true, let's spread the rumor. Van Der Poel is wearing new socks and shoes, white ones, every single race. Red Bull is coming to the Pro Tour. They're getting involved with Bora. They might be like a title sponsor within the next couple of years. I think that is awesome.
Would be fantastic for cycling.
Yeah, right. It's a big name. Brian, what do you think about it? I had a Red Bull on my ride today, actually.
You did.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how you guys felt about Red Bull
So new thing for me.
as a drink, not as a company.
It's
just
new
as a
for me.
drink.
I've been trying the seasonal flavors, and I'm really partial to the dragon fruit or whatever.
Seasonal flavors. Okay.
Yeah.
I like Red Bull. I don't know much about the company, but I
Oh, I know nothing about the company.
like
I'm sure
it.
they're
Yeah.
terrible, to be honest.
yeah, I've drank a ton of them in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drink Red Bull. My one experience with it
One? Only once?
sort of, yeah, kind of. When I was in college. I did a summer study abroad program in Brussels, Belgium.
Wow.
Big cycling town.
Yeah.
I was not into. I was
Weren't
not
into cycling then.
at the time.
Wild.
But I did study abroad there one summer, and we made friends with these Belgian kids, and they had this drink, tequila vodka Red Bulls.
No. I've done vodka Red Bull,
And
not
tequila
tequila. Two.
and vodka
Yeah,
with Red Bull.
and a Red Bull. Yeah,
Because just only tequila would just
That would
Change the
turn
flavor
anyone
too
off
much.
of any of those three things.
you gotta cut the tequila with vodka.
Yeah.
mixed up in
Intense.
in a shaker. You know,
Yep.
some ice in there, and then just shots.
And never again.
I don't know. It's not like I have a bad association with Red Bull as a
Yeah.
result, but that's the only
I
time I've
like
tried
the
it.
kick of like caffeine middle of a ride. And if I'm going to a gas station, I would love to get a hot coffee. But if I'm going to a gas station, I'm not going to go like, I went to like a convenience store today that had like a hot coffee machine, but like made instant coffee. I don't want that.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
I've also been trying those Celsius drinks, which healthier. I don't know.
I went through the Celsius phase actually, maybe in like 2021 or something.
Yeah.
And I really liked the way they made me feel on the bike. I mean, I think it's
They're great.
more caffeine than Red Bulls.
Yep. Sure.
And there's other stuff in there, and it says it's like a what is it? It's like a metabolism booster or something.
Sure.
So I don't know what it truly did to me, but I definitely felt it. There were some
Yeah.
days I remember riding with other people and just be like, "Wow, I am caffed up."
I'm not necessarily
my
gonna,
body
like-
feels incredible.
I'm not just gonna grab one. I don't think most of the time, you know. But when I'm on my bike, like that's why I like to eat a fast break.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, I've got 25 miles left. Like the bad calories are gonna be burnt. That's the way I think about it. You know, like
I'm still into energy drinks though. I think if I had to go for someone, I'd just get a Coca-Cola.
oh, okay. Yes,
from
I've
the
had a
gas
Coke
station.
once or twice. It didn't do wonders for my stomach. Middle of a ride.
Even the like the Mexican Coke glass bottle, one of those.
No, I haven't done that. It would be cool for us to be. Imagine us sitting in Lycra on a curb outside a gas station drinking Mexican Cokes. That sounds cool as
With
hell.
your white socks and
White
shoes.
socks and
Oh my
shoes,
God.
brand new for every ride.
Talk
Yeah.
about hip.
Yeah. Coca-Cola should get into cycling. Red
They
Bull
should.
in cycling is great, I think. And,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, obviously there's already like those helmet sponsors for like Wout and Pidcock and Vanderpool. And no, not Vanderpool. Can't get them off my mind.
There isn't. It's not just. Wow, there's other people too, right? Maybe one or two other
Wout and
people?
Pidcock. There's also
Pidcock,
someone in the female peloton. Is it Puck? No, I don't think it
I
is.
don't know.
No.
Cavendish has Monster energy drink sponsorship.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That tracks.
I went through a Monster phase in college.
Yeah.
Oh,
I liked the flavor of Monster because all those drinks taste like
I like
different.
Mountain Dew amped. I love where
never
this
had that.
conversation is going.
Never had that.
I love this.
I went through a Red Bull phase mainly when I was like touring with a band and like
That seems like a Red
it's
Bull
the
environment.
same reason why I would drink whiskey instead of beer if I was drinking
Because it's an
because
upper?
it's just less fluid.
Oh.
And we would be driving a lot, and I'd always be having to worry about using the bathroom. So
Oh.
instead of getting like I
It's
don't
an
know
efficiency thing.
a medium hot coffee, which is
Yeah.
probably like close to twice the amount of ounces as, or shall we say, milliliters.
This is such an interesting like tour lifestyle. You're like counting the milliliters of intake so that you can gauge your urination stops, your
and just,
nature
like,
breaks,
don't-
if you will.
Nature
wouldn't
breaks.
drink like water during the day, like so I wouldn't have to be the one to make the whole van stop.
Would you say
And then
this
once
was
we
the
get to the
healthy-
gig, I'd
healthiest
drink a
lifestyle
bunch
you
of
had?
water.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You would try to drink a bunch of
Oh
water.
yeah, I would still drink water. I just would
Yeah.
like have it at specific times of the day.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Get to a place, drink a bunch of water when I know I have a bathroom, readily available.
do you think pro
no, this
cyclists worry about that? They're like, oh, if I drink a second bottle now, I'm going to have to pee in the last 30 kilometers.
Wow. They probably do, right?
I think maybe more in like stage races, but maybe not really intense like 1 days.
Okay.
Maybe
Why?
just because the pace is different at times. Now, obviously,
okay.
not every single day of a stage race is going to be.
You could think they're like outdoing
that,
the amount that they're sweating is outdoing the amount that they're taking in.
maybe in the high summer.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if you're going 50 kilometers an hour, you're probably not thinking about that too much.
No, you're probably not. But still, I mean, hey, it affects me sometimes. And once I start thinking about it, I got to stop.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think about it?
On the bike?
Yeah, on the
Or-
bike. Would you worry about how much you're drinking?
No.
No, I don't think you
I
should
mean,
be worried about it,
It's
right? You
easy
should
for
be
us.
drinking.
We're not in a freaking race. We'll just stop
Yeah,
and
sure.
pee in the woods. But
Right. Sometimes I worry about not finding a good spot, you know?
Yeah,
if you're like in the wrong area.
Right. Yeah, we can.
You know?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Have you ever attempted peeing while riding?
No. Nope. Not worth it for me. To what, fall? I would fall. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm not even that good at riding no hands. I would fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
Have you peed on your bike? Like peed on it? Because people do that too.
No, never done that. I've seen guys pee during races, like as a Cat 4, Cat 3.
Oh, okay.
In those races.
Oh, wow. You've seen it live, not just
yeah,
Geraint Thomas on
I've
TV.
Never, for me, the race has never been long enough where I've felt like I've had to.
Sure. Reasonable.
But I have seen,
Wow.
guys at our level do it and,
Wow.
and not die. So
Thoughts?
What did you mean by pee on your bike? Like
Just pee while you're sitting. Some people will do that. Like specifically triathletes.
No.
It's a real thing.
No, I know it is, but
Yeah.
no. I was gonna say I've accidentally peed on my bike, like gotten it wet by accident. But we don't need to dive further into that.
I want to talk about the UAE Tour first. And sort of, I guess, in the terms of like what was maybe the most interesting thing that came out of the UAE Tour, because people are still talking about it. It was the hookless rim explosion on Thomas de Gent's front wheel. Did you see this?
I went and watched the clip of it.
I didn't watch the clip, I guess.
Oh, really?
No, I just saw a picture.
It was a pretty abrupt
Yeah.
crash. He's just riding along, and then all of a sudden he goes down, and yeah, you can see the.
I guess I sort of saw it live, but I didn't like watch it over and over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tire right off the rim.
Yeah.
Push core right on the inside, all over, like nasty.
I think I
Rims-
saw a picture of it the other day, but I assumed that it was from Strade Bianchi.
Oh no,
No,
it
it's
was
UAE,
UAE Tour
yeah.
towards the end.
Wait,
Rims need hooks.
wow.
It's kind of wild. There's a lot of like back and forth about how it happened. At first, it was he hit something in the road, and then it was he was running too narrow of a tire on too wide of a wheel bed. Based on the fact that it's hookless at like high pressures, it's not good. And now Zip came out like within the last 12 hours of us sitting down and saying that he must have hit something on the road. But he definitely was riding narrow tires,
Well, when you
like 28s.
you hit something, it changes your tire pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
Which in this seems like that is what caused the blowout.
Right.
Well, I mean, I would believe that even just on. I did not watch any of the of that tour this year, but
Yeah.
what are we talking? UAE?
Yeah,
Or
it
Saudi?
happened during the
We're
UAE
talking
tour.
UAE. Sorry, I was thinking Saudi for a sec, but now I can't remember. There was one of those last year where they were like really making a big deal about how there was just so much stuff on the road. Like the roads were not clean.
Yeah, that
Even though
probably
they're-
happened in
even
one of
though
those
they're
tours.
big empty areas where there's not
Yeah.
like I don't know, trash and stuff, and like
I'm-
people living there. It's just literally just like the desert, but
Right.
the roads are just like dirty, like large rocks everywhere and stuff.
That I didn't see that as a problem this year. I'm so glad they
Yeah.
put those races at the beginning of the season, because I watched them and I'm like, wow, riding in the desert's cool. And then they start racing in Europe and I'm like, damn, this is the best thing, But because I do like the shots of like them cycling through the desert. I think it looks really cool.
looks cool, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's very unique, but set aside like the problems in that part of the world, but just like I don't know, it seems forced. That whole part of like the living there seems like weird. They're like building islands that they're shaped like palm trees, with casinos on top of casinos. It just isn't. Not that like Europe is perfect, but damn, the Belgian roads are perfect, So I don't know. I didn't see any big rocks or anything this year. There was one of the nicest bike paths I've ever seen in the UAE Tour. Like had private lights on it and everything out in the middle of nowhere. The infrastructure behind that, like that's kind of neat. It would be fun to ride out there. Not on hookless rims, I wouldn't be. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, if someone offered me an all expenses paid trip
Yeah,
to go biking,
yeah, okay.
really anywhere, I'd probably
Okay.
do it.
Oh, it's big of you to say.
I take back the word anywhere immediately.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Where-
somewhere.
All right. So yeah, do either of you guys have hookless rims?
No, God, no. I only ride tubeless clinchers these days.
Yes, same. Tubeless clinchers.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. All right. I bought tubed tires today. Fuck, I didn't buy them today. They got them in the mail. I immediately got to return them. Now I got to take a trip to UPS or something tomorrow. So inconvenient. So you did not watch much of the UAE tour?
I watched Zero.
We don't really need to talk that much about it, but Leonard Van Etveld won on the last stage. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I watched the first couple stages of this race.
Yeah.
And it looked like
I watched a lot of it.
Adam Yates had a pretty. Was it
Yep.
Adam? Adam had a pretty bad crash.
Yep.
He was one
Hit
of
his
the
head really hard.
favorites to win.
Yeah.
And then, you thought that Jay Vine or somebody like that would.
Yep.
Or our guy Brandon McNulty.
McNulty was in red for the first few days.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Took it on the first mountain stage.
Yeah. Stage 2, I think.
Yeah. So then I stopped paying attention kind of after that because you had some of those flat sprint stages. Cavendish ends up dropping out. He was at the UAE Tour.
Yep.
I think he may have had a podium.
Yeah, he came close a couple times as he was like in the mix, but I'm not really like looking for him either.
Yeah, well,
you know?
it's sort of I am a little bit just to see how his form's going.
Sure.
Compared. But he ends up dropping out due to illness.
Yep.
And then I didn't end up watching the final stage because I was more cued in on the Belgian races.
Yeah.
But it ended up. I'm not even sure what happened. There was some big upset at the end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, was it Tim Lear who was there? Someone from UAE went super hard and caused Jay Vine to crack, essentially. Like, someone from UAE was on the front pulling for Jay Vine, who was in red, and he went so hard that Vine dropped off the back. McNulty was already dropped off the back. And, UAE, that's the UAE Tour, that's the UAE team. They wanted Yates to win. He crashed out. It was like very emotional. He hit his head pretty bad.
Yeah.
Got back on the bike, not for long, and immediately got off and was like, arms on the side of the road, hugging with like whoever was in his car. It must be a big deal for them. And then, so McNulty's in red anyway. Still, you're still okay. You still feel good about it. And then, yeah, absolutely cracks. And it was like a great attack. I don't know Leonard Van Etveld. I've heard the name maybe a couple times, but like I don't know him that well. And Ben O'Connor came in second, looked pretty good. That decathlon team is looking way better than they ever had in the recent past. And Pale Bilbao came in third, which I think is interesting to see the shapes of these riders. Decathlon AG2R is on all those new Van Rissel bikes, which are from Decathlon, which are it's like a big box store. They're reasonably priced bikes. They're not like $12,000 monstrosities. And they're doing well on them. They're performing well with them. They ride with Van Rissel helmets and everything. So I think that's like cool. It seems approachable, at least more approachable than some of these other wild things. Women's UAE Tour was also fun. Lotto Kopecky won. SD Works absolutely dominated. I think they won all but one stage. Yeah. Any other things from the UAE Tour before we get on to some of those Belgian races opening weekend? No? So Omloop and KBK were back-to-back. That was about a week ago now. And that was like the huge weekend for Visma, right? I think at one point we were texting and like they had won 5 of 6 races within about 48 hours or something. It was pretty wild. So Tratnik wins Omloop, and then Marianne Voss wins women's Omloop. Wout wins KBK, and wasn't there? Oh, was this like the kickoff of Gran Camino was at the same time? And Jonas was cleaning up.
Yeah, Jonas won a race, and then Olav Koy also won a stage of the UAE Tour.
Oh, and UAE Tour.
The same day that Tratnik won Omloop.
Oh, gotcha. So the Saturday. Yeah. But that was fun. Like, do you consider they call it opening weekend? The season's already started. Is that just because it's the Belgian races and like it was in a time before there were races in the Middle East? Like, why is that? Do either of you guys know?
Opening weekend?
Yeah.
It's because it's the first European World Tour race is Omloop.
Gotcha. Now, when they inserted the UAE Tour, were they just like finding a place in the schedule at the time, I imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't want to, can't overlap with those,
Right.
the classics or anything like that in terms of TV coverage.
And its schedule's already pretty full.
Yes.
From here on out, like we're in it pretty much, There's basically something going on all the time. at least on the weekends. Which is nice. Yeah. So KBK, Wout wins. Tim Wellens in second, and Lascano. What team is he on?
I don't double check.
Movistar.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Movistar.
Yeah. He's the Spanish national champion.
Yeah. Those are both fun races. Wout rode really well, and he rode, I think, he came in third in Omloop the day before.
Yeah.
He came like first in the group because Pollitt and Tratnik basically took it to the line together. It was fun to see Tratnik win, I think,
Yeah, that was a great race, actually. It was a bit more exciting.
It was more exciting than
Kern.
KBK.
You had
Yeah.
Wout and some other guys getting an early move.
Yeah. Basically stayed out there.
You thought they were going to stay out there. They ended up getting caught.
They did?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got caught. I forget if it was like 10 to 20 kilometers from the finish.
Yep.
And that's why it ended up turning into a bit of a sprint with, except Tratnik and Tratnik counterattacked
Right.
after Wout got caught, and that's
Right.
how he
Yeah.
ends up staying away.
Right.
So
Because it was like Jorgensen made
Yes,
a big attack,
yeah.
but never
Oh,
really got.
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
He never
Yeah.
really got more than
Yeah.
like 10 seconds.
It's great to
ahead.
see him.
And then they caught him on a cobbled climb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they were regrouped. Someone attacked, and then or it was a Wout attacked again, and then they caught him.
yeah, American.
Someone went flying from the back. Forget who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, some American riders have been quite active.
Yes, they have.
The past 2 weekends.
It's been
Yeah, Magnus
exciting.
Sheffield very active today, crashing once again.
Oh no,
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah, he went down
Yeah.
to the TT.
Oh god.
I didn't see
missed
it, but
that
I
part.
saw the corner that it was because
Yeah.
I heard them talking about it, but I didn't catch the footage. It also
It was a nasty corner, and a lot of guys,
Yeah.
like, not to jump ahead, but a lot of guys took it the wrong way. But like, he has a little bit of a history with going down.
Oh no.
Yeah, Harry's thrashing over there. He's gone down like a good amount of time, so much so that they talk about it. It's unfortunate because I like watching him. But like you said, McNulty, Jorgensen, and no other Americans to be named.
Yes, indeed. Did you know that for many years, Kern Brussels Kern, the award was a donkey, a stuffed donkey?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
one of the great ones.
Yeah.
Some wheel of cheese I've seen. A big old rock for Paris-Roubaix.
I feel like I saw that last year.
Wow.
the
Wait, so they
donkey.
didn't give that out this year?
I have to I don't
That was a
have to
COVID
check
year.
my sources.
Who is that?
I don't know.
A quick step rider that won KBK recently.
It was either
It's not Merlier?
it would have been like 21 probably.
Yes.
Either 21 or 22. They were still wearing masks in 22.
You think, were they wearing masks in 22?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do you ever wear a mask anymore?
Occasionally.
If we get on an airplane, I will.
Airplane, good one. Yeah, same. I did that. I went to a show the other day, like in Brooklyn, and was in the middle of the room thinking, "Oh my god," you know,
Yeah. Life is
I don't
weird.
have a mask. I'm fine. It was a
I think about it though.
not well ventilated room, you know.
And I think about it also like if I'm feeling a little under the weather or if like sort of the general climate of our area is like seemingly really sick like this past winter, it'd be like there was a couple times where like just went to run errands and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wear a mask today.
All right,
Gotta find a mask.
responsible of you. Who do you got? You got the winner.
Fabio Jakobsen
Oh.
in 2020 or 2022.
Was that his
excuse me.
peak? Was that the
2022?
Jakobsen peak?
Yeah, I think so. After he
He's
came back
fallen
from
off.
he came back from his crash, and then he did quite well
Yeah.
on the return, and he has dropped off a bit.
What year was the crash? 19?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. He's
Oh yeah, he did terribly today. 28th.
yeah.
Sprinters can really kind of come and go.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
seems. It ebbs
Yeah.
and flows with them.
Yeah, not my favorite type of
Maybe
rider.
that team, they're still what DSM.
Oh,
They're,
DSM.
they're
oh,
trying
you mean
to. What's the name now?
DSM Firmenich Post NL.
Yes, Post NL.
Yeah, worst
I don't
name.
know. Who knows?
worst
Maybe
kit.
they're trying to work out their lead outs right now with him. We'll see.
Sure. Maybe that.
I don't know.
Maybe
I mean,
that.
I would like
No,
to
you're
see
right.
him get some wins in.
Yeah. Any other notes on opening weekend?
Just it's great to be back.
It's
you
great to
know?
be back.
It was
That's right.
exciting. It was very nice to see all those.
It was
Belgian
exciting.
roads.
It was fun. It wasn't as exciting as flash forward to the next week.
No, that's true.
Strade Bianchi. Women's is first. Lada Kopecky wins like at the line. It was a fun race to watch. It came down to it. Eliza Longo Borghini, Italian in Italy, almost had the win. But I do like. Obviously, everyone wants to talk about the Pog attack. 81 kilometers to go. The day before or the morning of, they said, "When are you going to go?" And he says Santa Maria, and that's exactly when he goes.
Yeah,
and he goes.
Pog's his first race back
Yes.
of the year, his first race of the year, and he dyed his hair for the race. He
Yep.
got some frosted tips.
Yep.
Or bleached his hair, I should say.
White hair for the white roads,
Yeah.
right? On his Instagram.
And he just comes back and smashes it.
Yeah, absolute boss. The last race that he did was Lombardia in Italy in October, and he won that. And I want to say it's like 3 or 4 years in a row that he has ended his season and then started the next season with a win.
Oh, wow, that's a great
Yeah.
stat.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome what he did, and he went off. The group after 10 kilometers was no longer riding for first place.
Yeah.
They were riding for second and third, right? Like
Yeah.
they were soft pedaling, they were like eating gels, and they really there were some attacks more towards the end, and things ended up getting strung out, right? I know Pidcock ended up in third. No, fourth. Sorry, what was the podium for Strade? I don't
It
even
was
remember.
Tom Scoins
Oh, right.
It's going
and then the Lotto rider.
Van Gelb.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Van Niels.
Van Niels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Mohoric
Tom
maybe
Pidcock,
fifth
fourth.
or sixth. And
Mohoric fifth or sixth.
they ended up getting strung out a bit, and yeah, but it was a fun race to watch. Now, I guess there are two things I want to talk about. Some people are like, that's not exciting, you know. Where honestly, it's maybe one of the most exciting things to ever happen.
The way that
because he attacked with 80 kilometers to go and won, and people are like, that's boring. Is that boring? They showed a lot of the other footage, I think. They showed the rest of the race, like a lot. Is it boring when someone goes off and it's not a sprint finish or it's not a battle in the last 10, 5K?
I watched this live,
Yep.
and I was entertained the whole time. I can kind of see both sides of it. On the one hand, they lengthened the race this year. And that sort of made it so that the TV coverage wasn't ideal, because I started watching, and then maybe 20 minutes in, or not even 15 minutes after coverage is when Pog attacked.
Yes.
So he was
Yeah.
away for
That's true.
most of the TV coverage.
Yes, true.
But despite that, I think what makes this race so popular is how beautiful the course is.
Yeah, it is.
With these sort of winding Italian roads, and
Yeah.
you have the mountains in the background. It rained at the start this year, so you had this very dramatic skies.
Yeah.
So it's quite visually appealing.
The mud looked fun on the riders.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they all came in dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it was like an exciting race. What he did was unbelievable. I think we're a little spoiled by like this new golden era, and people are like, "Oh, I would rather it." What are you talking about? It's an unreal performance.
It is. But
It is an unreal performance.
if Remco had been off the front for 80K, though, would
No,
we
fuck
be
him.
sad
No, I'd be
here?
pissed.
Vanderpool.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. Yeah. Yeah, true.
I certainly understand that
If it was
concept.
Vanderpool,
and-
though, I think it would be the opposite. I think everyone would be like, "This is amazing," and I'd be mad.
Probably.
I wouldn't be into
Everyone
that.
loves him.
I wouldn't be into it.
Pog is like, he's just so much fun. He's so much fun.
He is.
Like
He's-
the Matt
he is pretty
Stevens video,
likable.
his Instagram, he's so fucking likable. He looks at the camera with 2K to go and he smiles. Like he is so much fun. I think I love Jonas more, right? I love Wout more. I think Wout can be fun. Jonas is not fun. That's fine. He's an introvert, right? He doesn't really want to talk to the cameras as much. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But Pog is like this.
Did you mean? I think you might have meant Sepp. I think you just said I love Jonas.
I do.
I
And
love,
Wout.
Wout. But then you said,
Yeah.
but Jonas isn't as fun,
Yeah, I mean,
which is I think we can all agree with.
yeah.
He's not as fun to watch, and
He's not as
charismatic.
entertaining. He's not as
yeah.
charismatic. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a different type of person.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know. I don't think that there's general hatred for Pog. Is there? I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
No.
Not anymore.
I wanted to hate him at first.
Same. I wanted to hate him too.
But then
I
he's
can't
too
hate him.
likable.
I love him. He's so charismatic.
He wanted to run over.
He rules. He just, I think he rules. He's a lot of fun. And that was a spectacular race. Spectacular.
I guess, like, let's say there was a small group of like 3 or 5 off the front.
Sure.
We're gonna get that. We would have had a lot more coverage probably of those 5.
Sure.
But even just them 5 or 3,
Right.
that would not have been that exciting.
Right.
And then we wouldn't have seen as much of that chasing group. Whereas
True.
because Pog was off and Solo, it did allow us to see more of the people that are
Yeah,
just
they
behind
cut back
a
to
little
them and be
bit.
like, remember? Oh, his lead is even bigger now.
But I feel like sometimes when there's a small group off the front and they get a lot of coverage,
You're right.
it's just like, well, there's a
Right.
lot of people
Right.
a minute behind them that I would actually really like to also see.
Sure,
and you
sure.
don't
And
get to
then
see
that
enough
group
of it.
catches, and you're like, how did they bridge? And you're like, oh, well, we don't really know.
Yeah.
That's a good
It's
point.
like, oh, they're back. Oh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But so it's just kind of
right.
it's a yin and yang.
I think it's a great
guess.
way to like kick off his season. I just think it was awesome.
I think it was an extremely exciting day, and I don't know if it's worth wondering or even the time to think about, like, well, if it was different, it could have been even more exciting.
Sure.
But it's just like, it was really exciting.
Yeah, it was fun. So the discourse before the race that everyone talks about every year is whether or not it should be a classic. Why do we care? Why do we care about whether or not Strade is a classic? It's a fun race. Exciting things happen. Is it because cycling is so steeped in tradition? Like why? Like, Brian? Do you care if Strade Bianche is a classic?
I don't know, because I don't think I know enough about the history of cycling and what makes the classics the classics. And I feel like maybe it could just become like one of a small set of a new category of like modern classics or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But I feel like this is more of a conversation.
What else are we
for
adding
Cal.
to the modern classics?
I don't know, because I'm kind of like not even thinking about all the classics in my head. I
All right,
can't
so
even picture them all.
Cal, let's call you the resident historian here. You know more about it than either of us.
Okay.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Classic and a monument.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So there's both the historical context as well as like a more practical answer. So I was interested in this as well. And so, but it does turn out monuments in terms of UCI points.
Yes.
The 5 monuments. So
Right.
San Remo, Flanders, Roubaix,
Something in Lombardia?
Liège, Bastogne-Liège,
Yes, okay.
and Lombardia.
Yeah.
Which are some of the like 5 of the oldest races
Right.
that exist. Those do get more UCI points. Okay. And then there's a second tier of races, and Strade Bianche is actually on a third tier, even lower in terms of the points that the winner gets.
Okay.
And so from a race organizer standpoint, they probably do want to bump it up. So there's more UCI points on offer, so you get bigger names consistently. That being said, Strade Bianche is already such a fan favorite because it is so visually stunning,
Right.
And such an exciting, fun, and modern race with the gravel roads now, that it's, you know, I think the discourse around it gets sort of, people think it should be elevated more because they love it so much and stuff like that. So I don't have like a hugely strong opinion on it. I think 5 monuments is enough.
Sure.
But I would say that I think Strade Bianche, just by virtue of probably the coverage and attention that it gets, should be worth more UCI points. I don't think they should make it longer, but then again, there may be regulations into how long
They
the race can be.
Making it longer is not the answer.
Yeah.
I also think there's this weird infatuation with, like, did they make it longer to try to make it more of a classic or a monument, right? I think that they did. The organizers probably did. But there's like, I see this trend in like just like Fondo events or whatever, just events that like we can sign up for, of this like really long, really hard. Let's make it so hard that you can't finish. And I don't understand that. Like every year, like X gravel race is going to be like 15 miles longer with another 1,000 feet of elevation. And it's like, okay, well, like, why are we doing this where there's like 6 different categories? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I do think it's nice to like offer different routes for different people, but like, why does each time whatever race or event comes out, it has to be like harder than the last year? What is it? Like, why?
Yeah, I think that is pretty stupid. Rasputitsa
Sure.
did a similar thing this year where they were like, come ride the course on a road bike. It's like, why?
Like,
Do you need to do that?
come fuck up your shit. Yeah. That's what you're going to do. Yeah. I
They
just
buying everyone new bikes afterwards.
Yeah, it just seems, I mean, I guess if enough people show up and do it, then what's the harm in it, right? If people are signing up for it and like not dying, right, then good. But I don't know. It just seems like this constant elevation. Like, why are we constantly elevating? All of a sudden, all these events are going to be way too long for anyone to even consider signing up for. I don't know. But yeah. I think Strade is a fun race. Lantern Rouge podcast said that in order for it to be a monument, you need to have like 2 big names show up. Did you hear this?
Yes, I did.
Right. So
What does that mean? What does
like
big names mean in that
say
sense?
like Pog, Remco, Jonas, Primoz.
So in
this
this
one
case, it was only Pog.
right. So therefore, it's not a monument. I mean, obviously, that's a very different way of looking at it. But when it comes to the organizers and they're talking about like big names that show up, there's a lot that goes with that. So
It's sort of a new phenomenon, actually, in this golden era of cycling, where we have these 4 really superstars who are kind of on a tier of their own, where none of them really seem to want to face each other that much at the start of the season, but they all go and dominate a different race. So you've got Jonas mopped it up at Camino.
yeah, right.
And
Right, and now he's at Torreno, and Primoz is at Paris-Nice.
Pog smashed Strade Bianchi.
Right.
Paris-Nice, or sorry, Torreno, is it? Paris-Nice will get
Primoz and Remco.
Primoz and Remco, thank you.
Yes.
So that should at least be a nice rivalry there to see who's going better.
Right. Yeah, Jonas is at Torreno right now, and I was looking at the other names. So let's jump. That's happening right now. So let's jump ahead to that, and then we'll go back to Paris-Nice. So, right, Torreno started today, and there was a TT, and these are like the main names. Jonas, and then you got Daniel Martinez, Brian. Who added Kian Ulterbros?
I did, because it was just like our notes were for like
No,
potential winners and what to look out for too.
Sure,
And
if
I was
Jonas-
like,
yeah, for
I want
sure.
to see
Yeah.
what YouTube Brooks
Sure.
can do.
I think he stacks up with the rest of these names, but Jonas is a level or
for
more
sure.
above, right? So
Absolutely.
Ben O'Connor, Richard Carapaz, who lost like a minute and 40 seconds on the TT today, just absolutely horrendous. Juan Ayuso, Taberi, and Teo Gegenhardt. I think that's the
Gegenhardt.
one name that could really stand above.
Yeah.
And maybe battle Jonas.
Interesting.
Seeing what his form looked like at UAE, maybe? He looked really good at something earlier this season. It might have been Saudi Tour, or was it even Tour Down Under? I don't know. I can't believe there's already been that many races. But of all those names that I mentioned, even though Jonas didn't win the TT today, I think he sort of stands above the rest. What do you guys think after just hearing all those names?
that Jonas stands above the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Seems like he would, if you're going to go off paper, it's going to just, you'd have to pick Jonas as the potential winner. But I think it's going to be a good race.
Yeah.
Juan Ayuso, who did win the TT today.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
did win the TT. Yeah,
His
he beat
first
Ghana.
professional win. His
Really?
first World Tour win?
Wow.
Ayuso?
No, that's not correct.
I don't think that's correct. He
Oh.
won
No,
a big
maybe
stage
it
in
is.
In the Giro?
In Giro, I
or the
think.
Vuelta?
It might have
I
been
don't know.
Vuelta.
Because honestly, it sucks. I
years
get him
ago.
and Almeida confused a lot.
Or
No, I think
maybe-
he won a stage in Giro like 2 years ago.
Maybe it's his first individual time trial win. Is
Oh, okay.
That
I'm
might be
thinking.
true.
Yeah. But yeah, I was not expecting Ayuso to beat Ghana, certainly.
No.
Yeah, well, it was
So
close.
a surprise.
And there was this whole weird thing where like teams got to sort of pick when they wanted to go because it was the first stage, it was the TT, so you're not beholden
Yeah, I was
to
confused by the
your
order.
placing. But there was also this weather on the horizon. So Jonas ends up being the first or second person. He's like one of the top 5 to go, maybe third.
Because
to
they were
go.
worried about weather.
Because they were worried about the rain.
Gotcha.
The rain came. Ben O'Connor was talking about it afterwards. He like perfectly got hit with the rain in the middle.
Oh, did
and
he?
the rain left, and the roads were dry by the end. So I think probably when Ghana went off, he went off like 2 or 3 hours after Jonas.
Wow.
That was like how big of a time gap it was between. Yeah, Ghana ended up going towards the end. Now they all sort of got to pick, but then the organizers were also being like, "You can't all go early. We need footage of."
Yeah.
We need footage of these new helmets you dorks are wearing on Bismolab. But yeah, so that I think that was probably the most talked about thing of today were those helmets.
The helmets, yes.
We all talked about the helmets. Everyone memed the hell out of the freaking helmets. They are out of control. They look like shark, like the nose of a shark.
It's
unbelievable. Very, very
heads,
pointy.
yeah.
And not as phallic as the EF ones from last year.
They're not the worst ones, I don't think.
They're not the like.
They're not the worst
It's
ones.
just the size and the distance that they protrude out from the head.
Yes.
It's just like
When they're not on the
Unbelievable.
bike, they look like absolute goofballs. When they're on the bike, it perfectly fits. Like Jonas is like perfect. Like it fits the divot in front of him when he's on his TT bars.
Yeah.
Like it perfectly fits. And then the wings go right out to his shoulders. He looked, he looked fast.
it's got to be super aero.
But like, have either of you guys ever worn a time trial helmet? I have not.
No.
I don't even like my Aero helmet. I don't like the way it looks.
I don't like helmets at all.
Have you
Oh. Okay.
Like the way they look.
ridden with
No.
skis? Yeah.
No, I haven't ridden with bars. Have you?
I have, yeah. In the Killington stage race,
in the
stage
TT.
3 time
Yeah.
trial. Yeah.
How is it?
It's okay. It's not. I don't have enough practice with it to be good at it.
Yeah.
Some people love time trialing and really perfecting that.
Yeah.
I did Killington twice. I think I was faster the first year when I did it Merc style.
Oh, okay.
Just wasn't in the same form the following year when I was on the skis. So
Yeah, I have no interest.
Did you guys see the meme today about like what's on the inside of those helmets?
No, that's good. Was it just like an Apple Vision Pro? What was it?
Well, that's where I thought it was going, and I was like, wait, do they actually seeing their stats inside their screen? That's amazing.
Yeah, there's no way.
Why
right?
not?
They weren't doing that.
No, they weren't. But it was like one was like, oh, it just looks like the dash of a car with like the speedometer.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one was like, oh, they're just watching an episode of Friends. I forgot. There was a few.
That's
others.
probably
I
what
forget it
Carapaz was doing.
was. Watching Friends.
Yeah, finishing a minute 40 back.
Minute 40.
A minute 38, I think.
Wow.
All of a sudden, GC out the window.
brutal.
Yeah.
I,
too bad.
listen, I'm wearing the pink pants.
Do they have any other main
I
GC contender?
I like EF. Maybe Rigoberto Urán is in one of those races. I think he's in Paris-Nice.
He's
actually.
he's not in Tirreno. Paulus.
EF's got to get
Ben
it together,
Healy.
man. Oh, Ben Healy and Paulus are the two. And Paulus I worry about sometimes. He never quite, like last year, he didn't quite do as much as I wanted him to. Ben Healy was this rising star, which I loved watching him, and I think he's fun to watch. But I want EF to do better.
Yeah.
This American team, Vaughters, resident asshole of the pro peloton. I think he's fun. I think they're entertaining. These pants, they zip off. You can turn them into shorts. That's fun. Yeah, I don't
Are
know.
you
They're a fun
thanking
team,
Voiders
sure.
for that?
Yeah, I'm thinking Jonathan Vaughters for that.
Vaughters?
Yeah.
Wait, is James Shaw, the Brit,
He's on, yeah.
potential GC as well?
Maybe. Yeah. But they
Or
want
is he
Hugh
just
Carthy
more
to
of like
be
a
potential
climber?
GC. They don't. There is no potential GC on EF. There isn't.
They should just go for stages. Yeah.
There isn't. But their biggest stage hunter was Magnus Cort Nielsen. Well, I guess it's Ben Healy now.
Yeah.
But
How did this actually was
because
something I
Uno
was
X has
gonna-
been doing terribly too.
Yeah. And they weren't invited to the one this past weekend.
Oh, they were
As
invited
well.
to the tour. That's all that matters. I know they were excited about that.
Which is the one? Nah, never mind. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the lineup of Paris-Nice actually might end up being a little bit more exciting,
Yeah, I agree.
like personnel wise.
Before we swap away from Tirreno, did you guys hear the, I don't want to call it big news, but some news about Jonas Vingegaard this spring?
No. Oh, he changed his last name.
He changed his last name.
Oh, yeah.
Changed his last name.
Jonas Vingegaard Hansen. He
Took his wife's last name.
Yeah.
What was it before? It was Jonas Vingegaard.
Rasmussen.
Yeah, I knew it ended in an SCN. Yeah. but traditionally they just drop it anyway, and so
I don't know how it works in Denmark with the.
yeah,
the
I'm pretty sure traditionally they just
is,
drop
but
that third one. But still nice of him.
Absolutely.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. He's great. I want him to win everything that he races in. But yeah,
Except the Tour.
you don't want him to win the Tour?
I want Pog to win the Tour this year.
You do want Pog to win the Tour this year.
We need a little
You
back
want to
and
switch
forth.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's tough though
What do you think?
because it's like they're both going for their third. So once one gets it, they get it, and then the other one lost.
I'm rooting for Pog to win the Giro Tour double.
That would be fucking
History.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah, let's root for that.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
I don't know. I don't know if I root for Jonas this year.
If anyone
I haven't
can
really
do
decided.
it, it's him.
What if Jumbo Visma win? They won the Tour. They won all 3 Grand Tours last year.
Yeah.
What if Pog comes out and wins all 3 Grand Tours?
Do you think he does the
himself
Vuelta?
this year?
He's like, I'm also doing the Vuelta.
I wasn't gonna, but now I
You know
will.
what? I will. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, is the tour is going to be amped, right? This is going to be the tour where we get 4 of them. We get Primoz,
Yep,
Jonas,
yep.
Pog, Remco.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, usually
Wait, have
one
they-
of them always crashes.
Oh,
so
true.
hopefully they all
Right,
show
Primoz
up
will
healthy
Yeah.
to the line. So
Yeah.
Is Remco doing Giro?
No.
No,
think so.
because he's going for the Tour instead. Even though he got sick out of Giro last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the plan for him to do the 2024 tour has been on the books for like 3 years. But Lefebvre can do, I mean, nothing will get past that asshole. What he like does, how he decides to change his mind, or just like talk shit about his riders publicly, like he was doing with Alaphilippe. But then he apologized and said, "Oh, my Dutch sometimes is mistranslated." Yeah, okay. We will talk about Paris-Nice in just a second. Is the Giro helmet, the TT helmet, the worst of the TT helmets? Because I really don't think it is. That POC helmet is atrocious. It looks like one of the pigs from Angry Birds. It does.
Wait, is that the one that EF uses?
Yeah. The Specialized one is trash too. It looks like Spaceballs.
I think Giro is actually a little bit better than Specialized in this
right?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Visma one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And have you
The neck sleeve thing is just
the neck
adds
sleeve
so
on the
much to
Specialized
it.
one? Yeah. The Bahrain one, atrocious. It's camouflage. They also premiered that today at Tirreno Adriatico. No one talked about it.
I didn't even think I saw it.
It is really bad. I
Just noticed it.
I have a picture of it.
I flipped through that coverage today. While I was riding today, I was watching Paris-Nice.
That is ugly.
You have it there?
Yeah.
Terrible. I'll throw this up in the
gosh.
video. It's worse, and it's like a bad gray and blue camo. I do not care for it.
I don't get that.
So yeah, Ayuso got the win in the opening TT. It was ahead of Ghana, and Jonas is in 9th. I want to say he's back by like 13 seconds or so.
I think it was 22.
22. Okay. Let's go to Paris-Nice. Like you said, a little bit more stacked. We got Primoz is there for Bora, Matteo Jorgensen for Visma, Remco is there, Joao Almeida, and
Joao. I love that name.
Joao. Egan Bernal, who's been looking pretty good so far, and I love to see that. And Peo Bilbao is also there for Bahrain. Those are sort of the names I, picked out for GC. 2 stages so far. Olaf Koy with the win in the first one, pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
And then a Tudor rider, the first World Tour win for Tudor in stage 2, Arvid Decline. Koy was in like terrible position.
Yeah, I watched the finish. It looked a little like a kind of messy run-in.
It was pretty messy.
chaotic,
all over the road.
Jakobsen wants you to think it was
that,
messy.
like-
That's why he finished 28th.
It opened up to that like giant 4-lane thing, and everybody
Yes.
was trying to reorganize
Yeah.
with like 2 or 3K to go, and then it was just like, I don't know, it was just madness. It was constant like washing machine, and it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yep.
It almost seemed like, I don't know, barely any teams were formed out the way they wanted to be going into that last
agreed.
kilometer. It was like I was watching that in that last kilometer where it was like, okay, how many groups of 2 are there even?
Yeah.
Where there's a lead out man and their person right behind them. It
Right.
was like
There weren't many.
almost
It
non-existent.
was very scattered. Yeah. Maybe Felix Gall will do well. He's riding for Decathlon as sort of their GC guy. Michael Matthews could do well in this too. Those are a couple other names. This is the race that Rigoberto Urán is in. Stefan Bissinger.
And also this was the race that Uno X was not invited to. They
Not
invited. Tudor instead.
Yeah, but Tudor's pumped.
Yeah.
And they got that win. So good for them. Paris-Nice, a little bit more of a stacked lineup. Oh, we didn't. Chris Froome is doing Tirreno, and I saw someone post on their Instagram today. Chris Froome is still racing bikes. Like they couldn't. Someone that we ride with locally. Like I don't know if they were joking or not, but racing, I think, is a nice word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't. The press doesn't even talk about him anymore.
Nope. It's kind of a shame. So yeah, a lot of racing going on, a lot of racing to watch. Any other things about Paris-Nice before I want to talk about kits a little bit?
Tomorrow, Paris-Nice team time trial, which is always a lot of fun.
And weird timing on the team time trial. Everyone gets individual times.
This time they get their individual times.
It's all individual.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not like it's just the best time of the best 3 or 4 or something. So
you can burn riders.
Yeah.
Like you can have one guy pull until he's toast, and then,
Yeah.
And get those extra seconds for Jorgensen.
Well, I hope no one crashes in that case. If people are going real hard.
Yeah, for sure. I love that Visma has twins or just brothers, the Van Dyke brothers.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Van Dyke.
Yeah, Tim and Mick Van Dyke.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. It'll be interesting to see Primoz in a TTT, I think, with all they're going to all be wearing their friggin' sock.
Yeah.
We're going to get more helmets tomorrow.
Get the hell of the helmets.
Oh, we're going to get more dumb helmets tomorrow. This is great. In a team. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about kits really quick. There are a lot of new kits, a lot of stuff that does stand out, but a lot of stuff that also doesn't stand out. I talked about it briefly. DSM Firmenich Post NL, worst name, worst kit. I cannot believe how bad that kit is. It's like blue and orange with white, and it's just absolute trash. I do think the Ineos kit is like awesome, and I think it stands out really nicely. What do you guys think about that one?
Yeah, getting to see the kits in action now, you're getting more of a sense of.
No, I just want to hear what you have to say. Let's hear it.
Did you have a specific? Did you want him to say something specific?
No.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. There's so much blue and white in the peloton.
There's a lot of boring stuff.
It's just I don't know. It's a mess. What can I say?
Yeah. What do you think about the Ineos kit?
What can I say? I like the Ineos kit.
Yeah.
And I think it's just sort of like, I don't know if by proxy would be the correct term, but it's just like there are so many kits that I feel like went backwards in terms of like cool or fun or nice design.
For sure.
It's making me like other kits more that I didn't like last year.
Oh, okay.
Like,
why? What's one that you hated last year?
Just because I have it up right now is Tudor.
Yeah.
I always like their
It's
kits.
classic.
I think the black and white with a little bit of red is like pretty slick, even though I'm not a fan of red. Everyone knows that, but
everyone knows.
I like the
knowledge.
Tudor kit.
Yep.
Common knowledge.
Yep.
Don't talk to me about red. And then I think I said it in the past, actually, when we talked about kits before.
Yep.
I don't hate
No.
the DSM kit.
Oh my God. What?
I don't
That's the
mind
worst
it.
one.
I don't think it's the worst one.
Amazing.
I think it's like maybe mid-pack.
It's
Because they're just
What's
so
the
bad
worst
this year.
one?
What's the worst one?
Well, when we podcasted
that's
last,
a
I don't think
tough
Alpecin
choice.
had dropped.
no. Alpecin just
They
did their
had not.
denim shit.
Yeah, the denim.
It's stupid.
I'm not for it.
They want me to hate them. I swear to God.
It's personal.
Yeah, they want me to hate them. They're doing a great job. I wish Gaten Grove is on another team because I don't hate him. I like him, but okay. Yeah, DSM one is trash, and someone also added to the notes that they think that the Lidl Trek one isn't bad. Who put that? Was that also you, Brian?
What? Me?
It had to have been you.
No, I did because that's what I'm saying. It was just like
Most kits are so boring.
these
It's
kits
making
are
me
so
like the Trek
boring.
kits more, and I wrote, "What the fuck?"
It's making me like them more. I'm not saying I love them, but I dislike them less because some of the other kits are so boring. At least they're like
Sure.
There's colors and there's stuff happening.
The Visma
I
one
don't know.
stands out so much, but I think the yellow is a downgrade.
The Visma yellow looks like they're all wearing yellow jerseys, like Tour de France yellow jerseys.
It's like yellow. It's not like there's no like essence of goldenrod anymore. It's really just like this bright yellow. The UAE one is boring, and I kind of like the Bora one. I like the block of red on the Bora one, and the like one shoulder that's high vis. It's pretty solid.
I don't like how symmetrical that block of the high vis yellow is.
Yeah. Okay.
All over the shoulders.
Yep.
I wish it was a little bit more asymmetrical, but I have always liked that new bar kit this year.
Intermarché, I think, is great. They have too many sponsor names on there, but I absolutely love the color blocking. I think it's great. And Movistar, always boring, just a big old M. And EF, I like EF. I like the way it looks with the bikes and everything, but I do think the pink is a little bit played out. Are they just going to do pink forever? Maybe.
I think they know that. They realize that too with like the addition of all this yellow this year.
Yeah, sure.
They're just trying to change it up a little bit, but not like too much.
It does look damn good on those Cannondales.
The bikes are sick.
Those bikes look sick.
Yeah.
So,
have you guys seen that Rigo movie or documentary on Peacock yet?
I haven't seen it. I think it's a movie made about his life.
Yeah.
Like there's like a child that plays him when he's a child.
You're kidding. Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I did watch a really long interview. Oh, did you? He like announced his retirement.
Yeah. And
he put out like an hour and a half long interview, and I watched like half of it. It's not in English. It's dubbed.
Yeah.
It's subtitled. I mean.
Yeah.
And it was
good.
It was good.
Nice.
It was interesting. He is like
YouTube or what?
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But he was just explaining like it basically was just like the story of what this movie's going to be, kind of, because it's just his life.
Yeah.
But it was like very interesting. He seems interesting.
That's cool.
So talking about team kit, why is wearing team kit taboo? You know how it's like taboo in cycling to wear team kit
out on the road for us amateurs?
Yeah, for us amateurs. Why is that taboo?
That's a good question.
As opposed to like wearing a football jersey.
Yeah, or a basketball jersey.
Or basketball jersey.
Soccer.
World champ jersey, I kind of, because it means something.
World champ, country.
Right, like a country champion.
Jersey, yeah.
Like I'm not going to be riding in the Stars and Stripes.
Right.
No matter what buffoon is wearing it. But I don't know. Why is it strange to like wear a Visma kit or a Quick Step kit? It feels like people think it's stolen valor. Wow. It's not stolen valor.
You know, I
don't
think
it bothers me. I don't think rules of
I don't
cycling.
think it bothers me.
It's definitely
I think we should be able to do whatever the fuck we want. With the exception of like country champion jerseys or whatever. If you can walk around or show up to watch a football game wearing a player's jersey, and that's completely normalized, why can't we go out and rep like a team that we really like?
Yeah, I don't know. It is
Hot
weird
take.
though. It's different.
I don't fucking know. Hot take, but I don't know. Let's hear what you have to say, Cal.
I wonder if it's maybe partially because like cycling is a sport that just happens out on the road, right? Like that's its arena.
Right.
And so it's by like going out in a team jersey, it almost looks like you're pretending you're on the team.
Yeah.
Not that you're just rooting for them,
It's
but you're like
valor.
pretending you're one of the riders.
All the teams sell their kit. They want you to buy it. I mean, obviously they want you to buy it because they want to put the money in their pockets. But like, there must be enough of a demand for them to put it out there. But I mean, I at one point I had a knockoff AliExpress Wolfpack Quick Step jersey, or maybe they weren't even, maybe they were like Taconic Quick Step at the time or something. Not Lotto, not whatever the fuck they are now. But I had one because I loved Alaphilippe and I wore it like 2 or 3 times, and I felt weird about it.
So
Felt like I got looks.
You still have it?
I probably have it in that box over there. To be honest,
You should wear it.
It's probably a bad cut, honestly. It's a club cut. I need long sleeves. I need to be arrow. Pew! Just like those helmets. I'm getting one of those fucking helmets.
Say we were all, the three of us, going to watch the Tour de France in France in person in July this year.
Yeah.
And we're going to like be on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Would you buy your favorite team's jersey or some merch to rep?
A hat or a t-shirt? Yes. A jersey? I wouldn't.
No.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I'd wear a Visma Lab hat.
Yeah. Well,
or like that. I'd see that pink hat up there. It's from the Giro. I would just wear that. I don't think I'd
What
wear...
if we were riding our bikes that day up to the top of a climb, so we were also in other cycling gear, so it wouldn't look as weird to be wearing a cycling jersey? Is that
Yeah,
an
but
exception?
it's even more reason not to.
If say teams are
What if all of a sudden they're like, hey,
What if they call get over here? What are you doing? And then you hop in.
they pull you over? We get a number on those bibs.
What happened to your number, man?
That's well. I don't know if you heard about the women's team that had a mechanic pose as a rider.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Go ahead.
It was just basically they were showing up to a race. They needed 4 riders on the start line. They only had 3, so they disguised one of their mechanics.
They had to put a mask on and a full kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to sign up.
And UCI
got caught.
pretty harsh penalties.
UCI,
yeah.
Everyone got a penalty. The DS got banned until 2025.
Oh my god.
The mechanic got banned like for a few months, and the team itself got banned from its like next couple of races, or at least its next race.
Oof.
Yeah. Bad.
Friggin' UCI.
Yeah. What do you think? Should they ban those dumb helmets?
The
Everyone
TT
is
helmets?
like, if the UCI bans anything, they better ban these helmets. That's like that's what everyone's saying online. They're gonna ban tilted in levers. They better ban these ugly helmets. Oh, they're assaulting my eyes. They're not assaulting your eyes. People are dying everywhere. You're worried about fucking helmets. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about the helmets.
No, not us.
They're
but
funny.
People are. I think they're funny too.
Yeah, but the people need to relax.
Thank you, people. Relax.
Relax.
All right.
They're
Anyone?
funny. They're entertaining.
There's other fun things coming up right around the corner, but Torino and Paris-Nice pretty much take up this week at least. Yes. What else is on the horizon? Anything else really soon?
We got Milan San
Remo soon, right?
Middle of March.
Yep.
And then March 31st, Easter Sunday, is the Ronde van Vlaanderen.
Ooh, Flanders, baby. Nice.
And local racing here in New England.
Yeah, that's
starting
true.
back up. If you like crits, there's
Yeah.
nothing but crits on the
Wait, you
on the
love
calendar.
only crits?
I said no,
there's
I
nothing
don't.
but
But
crits.
if you like
If you
crits,
like
yeah.
crits.
The URI road race isn't really a crit because there's still the dog bone down by Musqueamica Beach. That's the Brumble Curse. What is it? Cursage?
Kermis.
Kermis?
Kermis.
Thank
yeah.
you. I've never said the word out loud. And I was thinking corsage, like if I put a little flower on you before
Corsage.
prom. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I got all excited because I did
put a
the
flower on
Brumble.
me.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be prom.
Will you go to prom with me?
Sure.
Thanks.
I got all excited because I did the Brumble Kermis once, but the race was in North Stonington.
Oh, okay.
It was up some of those hills that we
Love those hills. I think I remember going by the area where it started, and you told me this is where that started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got all
know what you mean.
I got all excited about it, and then it was just the URI race.
But still, that's good. And then the other one is the Buzz the Tower or whatever.
Yes.
Right? That's
Same,
a Bike Works at Ninacrit.
at Ninacrit. Same weekend. So it's
the same weekend as
March
the day before.
30th and 31st.
Yeah.
Two local races here in Rhode
That's right.
Island.
Yeah. I'm not doing them. Too much pressure.
I'm not doing them.
Sorry. You thinking about doing them?
I might do Buzz the Tower. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I gotta get out on the bike and see where my form's at.
I know it's the time of year now for everyone to come out of hibernation. Even though I never quite hibernated myself.
No.
It's nice that
Crushing the miles.
that it feels nice outside, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll start riding with people again. But it's just, I mean, I get it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Excited to get back out there. I haven't ridden outside in maybe since WBL 2, so maybe around a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 winter bike leagues left.
Okay.
Depends on the weather. Well, winter's only a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, all that good stuff. YouTube, like us there. Follow us on Instagram. Do you have an Instagram account for your dogs, either of you?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, but we don't really post on it.
I didn't think you did. That's why I asked. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you want to shout it out?
Yeah, it's called Claudio the Boshi.
All right. I hope that gets like at least 3 follows from this. It's gonna get 1 from me.
Claudio the Boshi. That's Claudio the BOSHIH.
Oh,
I'm kind of
you
forgetting.
really don't post
I'm forgetting.
there a lot.
No, it's been a while since I posted on it.
Is that the type of dog, Claudio?
Yeah, Boston Terrier Shih Tzu.
Oh.
Oh, so maybe it's BOS dash. Well, the dash wouldn't be in the handle.
I think you can have. Can you have dashes and handles?
I don't even know. But so then that would be BOSIH. Yeah.
No,
that's what I said. Yeah,
no, you decided not. I think we should spell Claudio.
CLAUDIO.
And then
THE.
thank you.
BOSHIH.
Nice. It's
Thank
for your
you.
dog? No. Yeah, me either.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, Harry does not have an Instagram.
I mean, I didn't know about it, but I thought that's why you're bringing it up.
No, Harry doesn't.
Yes, and honestly, often I think about that account and then I should post on it more, but like, I don't want to have to keep it up and like turn it into a thing. So
I get it.
I'm just lazy about it.
As the guy that runs the It's Just a Hill Instagram, I get it. It's yeah. I'm like, why? What is this?
I'm not really trying to further my time on social media.
No, I don't blame you.
But give me a follow.
Do you ever look at the screen time thing on your phone?
Yeah. Do you like
want to feel bad about yourself?
Everybody get their reports on Sundays or whatever?
I get my report.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
No, I stopped looking at them.
Does computer time count?
I think it's different. I think I get one from this.
I think it's probably different. Or you get a separate screen time one for this, maybe?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it all counts because it's all the same. I don't know. We're all Apple heads. Next time we do this, we're all going to be wearing Vision Pros. built into the Giro helmets. All right. That's all I have to say about pro cycling. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be back in the next month. Maybe right on the tail end of Flanders and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right. See ya.
We are It's Just a Hill, a cycling club that promotes inclusion, judgment-free, with no gatekeepers. Focused on creating content from behind the handlebars to in the studio, It's Just a Hill is producing videos and podcasts to spread the message that cycling is for everyone. We are focused on reminding everyone that riding your bike can help you overcome any obstacle, because after all, it's just a hill.
Decaf left, regular right. Decaf left, regular right. Very challenging work.